Go,
Oh,
and
I
we're
need some more
live.
faucet.
Oh, we gotta make sure to turn this volume off. I think it is. Okay, I think we're good.
Oh yeah,
Make
let me
sure
do
when
that
it
on my
goes
own
live
phone
that
so we don't get feedback. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you said that. Let me do that right now.
if you have phone or a
Yeah,
computer going for chat, it'll bone
that's
you.
what I had. Yeah, that'll definitely that feedback will get you.
All right, let's see. This messes this up.
What's up, peoples? Anybody in here?
Not yet.
Yeah, there's the one you're seeing, the one that shows up. That's me.
Yep, me too.
Man, I hope Buckner comes in here. God, I'd be happy.
Well, wouldn't that be? That would be something.
I know he won't though because he's not gonna he's not gonna deal with people that know what they're talking about. Not gonna do
That's
it.
it. He doesn't engage with me anymore
He doesn't mean
in
either.
comments.
Yeah, same. He replied to one of mine a long time ago, but he won't
Yep.
reply to him.
As soon as he realizes you know what the hell is going on,
Exactly.
you are
At
officially
least
out.
he, yeah, exactly. At least he don't delete the comments. I'm surprised he don't. But you
Yeah,
know,
he
one thing
doesn't
I
do.
noticed. Yeah, he don't. Not that I've noticed, but one thing that tickles me. If you go on there, you'll have 50, 60% of the comments will be making fun of him. And then you'll have, 40 or 50% that are, oh, I love this sharpener. It works great. Those are 100% alternate accounts. I guarantee it because they all have like funky name.
Yep, they all have the weird name with 4-digit
Ex-
number after it.
exactly. Exactly. I guarantee you those are like alt accounts and he just goes on there and puts comments.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted that microscope. We got Aaron in the chat. What's up, Aaron?
Hey, Aaron, how's it going, brother? Hope you and the fam's doing okay, my friend. Cody, what's up, bro?
Cody.
But yeah, dude, I couldn't put money in his pocket. Like I wanted to get them just to try them, so that way he couldn't say, "Oh, it's you're using something different." But I couldn't let him get my dollars, man. Couldn't do it.
Look at that, by the way. Oh, God damn it.
What is that you're looking at? I can't tell.
This is the top of his V pull-through sharpener.
Ah, okay, okay.
Look at that. Look at the play. Look at the wiggle wiggle.
Yeah, I've heard him say that it's supposed to be that way. But why would that doesn't make sense?
Yeah, why would it be that? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It exactly. I've heard him say it in his videos before that the little bit of movement, it's like it's in the mold to have that little bit of
Get out of
tolerance.
here.
But why would that make sense in a V where it's going to change the angle?
That doesn't make any sense. That's kind of the thing. And I tried really hard. That's why I bought them. Oh God, it's probably been 6 weeks ago now.
Yeah, it's been a minute since you told me you got them.
Trying to make a knife sharp using it. And it's
You
like,
know, I can
okay,
get it.
you know,
I
it's
I
get,
can get
it's
it to cut. Like I can get it to where it'll slice paper,
yeah.
but
Me too.
it's
It's
a
like you
terrible
go and
edge.
it's, hey, it's getting sharper. Hey, it's getting sharper. And then all you got to do is have one pass
Oh,
where you are
absolutely.
slightly too steep
Oh,
and you
100%.
feel it and it's dull again because you just
Mm-hmm.
cut the edge off.
100%. And
That's
I,
all it takes is one pass where you are
slightly over angle.
slightly over. That is
Yep.
absolutely it.
A half a degree is plenty to cut the edge off. It, but one thing I've noticed, it will not form an actual edge. It forms a wire. Have you excuse me. Have you did any cutting with it after you've used it?
Other than paper, no.
Okay. If you say you get an edge on it and it's cutting paper cleanly, and then it doesn't matter. I've did it on quite a few different steels, and then you go cut a few rope cuts, that edge is gone. It's because, and then you look under a microscope and you can see what happens. It's because that wire that's formed crushes in on itself, and you have a completely blunt apex.
It's actually really good. I didn't put two and two together. I bought a microscope. Woohoo! So I can
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
look at this now.
yeah. With that little handheld, it'll have enough magnification that you'll be able to see it. But that edge will crush right in on itself, and that's what makes it totally a useless tool, because the edge fails almost as soon as you use it. Now it'll cut paper fine. Yeah, this thing here is in serious need of an edge. And I'm gonna use this for something that it's really good at doing. Cutting an edge off.
There you go.
Now it's really good at doing that right there. You want to remove an edge quickly, that will do it. Oh yeah.
So guys, we are actually, well, I am sharpening uh, soft steel right now, trying to see if it has any kind of effect on this stone here. Because I've heard some anecdotal um, rumblings that this, when cutting soft steel, has some pull-out issues, and we're going to find out. So I got some gas station knife here from my son, and we are going to see if we have any issues. How's everybody going this fantastic Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening? I think we lost DCS. We did. He is backstage.
No,
Now he's
I'm
back.
here. Yeah, I haven't went anywhere. I was wondering why I couldn't. Could you hear me talking?
No, I could not. You
Uh,
somehow or another you went out, and now you were backstage, and I was
uh,
like, wait a second. I looked at the screen, you weren't there anymore. I'm like, shit, where the hell is he?
maybe my internet dropped me for a second. But yeah, this VG1 from Cold Steel is actually not super hard steel, but I've done it's the softest steels I can find. I can't get it. I can't get it to cause problems.
Well, we're gonna see what we can do here.
The only thing I can come up with is that
Woo!
there's multiple different formulas at different hardnesses, and some people got some that are very soft.
I don't
That's the
know,
only thing
man.
I can come up with.
But I have like from every batch, except for the very,
Yeah,
very first batch. The very first batch,
and
I don't have anything.
see, I have from the very first batch. So
See, I have my 400 one-sided is from the 400 Pro is from the second offering. They went out of stock, came back in. This here is the very first double-sided stone batch. I have a brand new second batch double-sided, and then I have the first batch of the 1000 Pro.
Yeah. I have everything up to,
Yes,
I don't
I
have the new
see.
400,
There's nothing happening on here.
but I will have the new 400 as soon as it's available at Amazon because I'm going to buy it. But the the part that the part that just confuses me is just like, the people that won the giveaways, two of them, and told me right away they gouged their stone, and I just like I I don't understand how. Like, mine will not do that, even if I'm
Mine will
being
not either.
kind
Even
of
if I try
reckless.
and do it, it's not doing it.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, the only thing I can come up with is that there's different. Either there's maybe he's doing like blind samples, some at this hardness, some at this hardness. I don't know, because I just don't understand how some can have such problems with them, but yeah, everyone I have is perfect.
See, my thought was that they were coming across the stone and rolling too high onto the tip where it is literally just the tip cutting the stone.
Yes. Now, even then, it takes a lot.
Even then, I can't do it either. I
Like,
actually tried. I tried doing it with this file here. This file is 73 Rockwell. It is
yeah,
like
yeah,
as hard as steel can possibly get, and I
sure.
can't do it with this using it like a pencil.
Yeah. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Even, when sharpening, I've intentionally went way over to try to dig. And I mean, if I'm using a ton of pressure, I can remove a teeny bit of material, but I'm having to exaggerate that motion a ton and use a bunch of pressure. You would literally be grinding the tip of your knife off to to do it, and you still create almost no damage. But some people, they're having trouble. Like, both of those guys were like, because one hasn't been delivered yet. But those two guys, they were both like, it's I can't, that stone's way softer than I figured it would be. And I'm like, not mine.
Yeah, that's so weird, man.
It is. So you go around the forums, you'll see some people say it, but then the vast majority of people say what we say. The stones are great. They have no issues with them. I don't know. I personally love them.
Me too.
I enjoy the feel of them. I enjoy the cut speed.
Good on that side.
This stone here is starting to need a light lapping, starting to get a little out of flat, but it's also sharpened a lot of knives. And this is a stone that I was mainly testing on to see if I could gouge it, see with super soft knives. And I have ever so slight, just little marks, but they're almost non-existent.
Yeah, see, I was able to make a couple marks using some tungsten, tungsten carbide. I was able to make some marks, and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
able to get a couple little grooves. And I said, okay, how deep are these grooves? And I walked over to my sink and I hit it with a 220 grit Nagura stone for literally 10 seconds, just back and forth.
And they're gone.
That was it, and they were gone.
Yeah, see, like
It was
these
it was
right
so
here.
fast. They were so shallow.
if you look at these right here, see if I can show you on the camera, but I've got slight, or basically a trail forming, and that was from me like taking a cheap Mora knockoff and using the belly to really dig in. I don't know if it's visible on camera, but they're literally, yeah. If I took a conditioning stone, went over it for a few seconds, that's it. They're gone. Like I can, you definitely can't feel them. But I do have a teeny bit of dishing in it, but it's sharpened a lot of knives. These stones leave such a pretty scratch pattern. That 400 looks beautiful.
It's it. It's even working pretty decent on this slight recurve. I'm actually a little bit of water.
I typically don't take knives up to super high grit, but I actually want to get my hands on the Sheeper Cut 5000 for steels like
I'm
this right here.
interested. Usually, I only go up to that, to the over 1500, over 1700 if I'm like using it to deburr.
Sure.
Light passes. I'm not really interested in removing the scratch pattern. I'm just super light weight of the knife passes just to weaken the burr and get her off there.
Yeah. That's the 1K. But now for certain steels like this VG1, for example, they for cleaning game. I wouldn't mind having a 5000 on this specific knife if it can maintain some bite. And by the way these stones cut, I would expect the 5000 to be more aggressive than your typical 5000s.
Mm, well, he really did blunt this edge. Holy smokes, this was dull.
Yeah, I really blunted this one too. I mean, I completely cut it off. I'm having to form a completely new apex. These stones do it quickly.
You know what? I'm actually going to do this real fast. I'm going to swap stones real quick. Actually, let's look at this one real quick. Let's do that. Look and see if there's any gouging. Oh, Jesus, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect still. Hold on,
Yeah,
let me get a
exactly.
light.
I just don't understand, man.
I don't get it either.
They're
I've
perfect for me.
been trying to figure it out because it's like it just doesn't
I
make
want to
sense.
know.
It's like a Scooby Doo mystery. You know what I
It's
mean?
a puzzle,
Like
dude. Like
I can't
there's
let
a
it. I can't.
reason.
Yeah, I can't let it. I can't let that dog lie. I just can't.
100%. I've been trying for the past literally 2 weeks. Like, you know, I know these people are experiencing it. I, and some of them are, skilled sharpeners. And I want to know why. Out of all the stones I have from this company, I have no issue with any
I
of
mean,
them.
it is absolutely perfect.
Mhm.
I mean, there is not, there's no
That's my
gouge,
experience
there's
too, buddy.
no even hint of a trail. There's nothing, not absolutely
No.
nothing.
When I look under a microscope, I don't find diamond tear out. I don't find, any, yeah, trails would be the right word, any trilling from soft steel, hard steel. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Even when I'm abusing it. And see, that's the part that I really don't get. Even when I'm abusing it, I'm not getting what they get. And they're actually sharpening on it. That's why there's no possible way that this stone right here has the same binder and the same hardness as the one stone, one of the stones I was showed. The bonding has to be different.
Or, or he's, it was soaked in a way that is
Softened
inconducive
it.
with, yeah,
Now,
inconducive with a porous stone.
that could happen, but on the other hand, I've also intentionally soaked this one for 2 hours and then sharpened on it, and I have no issues with it.
That's bananas. Well,
Now, is
shit,
two
I
hours?
was hoping that would be like a, maybe that'll be it. Nope.
Yeah, that was one of the very first things I tested. Um, yeah, at first I soaked it for an hour, had no issues. Went back, soaked it for another hour. Now, if you soaked it overnight or something, maybe that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I will soak it overnight. It very well could be that. But see, also but on the other hand, the people I've talked. Hold on one second. The people I've talked to, none of them has soaked their stones. So
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know,
See,
but it's
that's
a
the thing.
mystery.
I don't soak mine at all. I
I don't
take
need
and
it.
I pour a little water on it. As soon as
Hmm.
it stops sucking the water up, it's done.
Exactly.
That's it. It's done.
I run the faucet on mine until it saturates, and then that's it, and then I just spray water on it as I go. It literally sucks the water up instantly, so there's no point of soaking it. Run the faucet on it for 5 seconds, and it's saturated. Like I don't know, man. All I know is mine are perfect, no matter. I mean, this one hasn't even been lapped yet, and it's sharpened quite a bit. I haven't even wore the damn logo off of it, and it's sharpened a lot. In the center, I'm starting to wear it, and here, this is starting to dish a little bit, but I've also sharpened a shit ton on this stone on the 400.
One I sharpened the most on is actually this one here, the dual
I've been
sided.
using, yeah, me too. Same here.
That
I
one I
don't
did the
even,
most on, and I have actually because here when they put theirs out, you didn't get to experience this. They put their stones out with the sharpener, and they sent them out, and then they had somebody soak it too long, and the adhesive came loose.
well, I'll tell you what, mine come out of the box with the adhesive come loose.
Oh fuck! Really?
Yeah, and Aaron's, he got his, and
Well,
his was come out of the box. But all I did was just epoxied it back on there, and it's good to go.
yeah. See, they
I,
sent me mine, and they said, "Hey, this one here was from the batch. We had an issue of it coming loose. what
Yeah.
we're going to do is we're going to send you a new one, which is this one,
Yeah, I
brand
didn't ask them
new.
to replace it.
I've never even used it. I didn't ask them to. They just sent it. This
Oh,
one's
okay.
brand new. I've never used it at all because the one that they said was like you know subpar
Uh-huh.
is the one that I'm using, and it is perfect. I mean, I
I,
don't see anything. I see
yeah,
no
that
issues with
was,
it whatsoever.
I told Kai, because I was like, man, it come out the box like this. I just want to let you know. And I seen it immediately. I knew what the problem was. It was that, they anodized that surface, and they put, uh, you have an anodized surface because all the adhesive was on the stone side. It just couldn't stick down to that soft,
Okay.
to that smooth anodizing. So I was like, don't, I'm good. I've done fixed mine, but you may have problems with it.
Did you scuff up the aluminum and then
Yep.
epoxy it down?
That's all I did. I took a 400 grit diamond stone and run it over it to scratch the anodizing up, and some 5-minute epoxy, and I was good to go. Worked perfect. Yeah, it's just that anodizing was not conducive with that adhesive they used, and I'm sure a lot of them had that issue. I guess they fixed it a different way, but all they really had to do was just, brush up, scratch up that anodizing a little bit, and they would have been fine.
All right. We are apexed. Good. So we'll switch from the 120 back to the 400.
I love the finish that 1K leaves. It's so nice. It's so nice. I love that stone. But I'm going to take this knife to a higher grit. Something I usually don't do.
Aaron says that the Nitif are his new favorites.
They're, man, they're good. They are good. I don't want to say what's better, but they're good. I'll just leave it at that.
But according to what I've heard, they're different. You know what I mean? They're
They're
not the
very different.
same.
Has anybody else done any videos on them? No.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I believe I was the first one to have them, to be honest. Um,
I'm gonna
they're
be honest
different.
with you. I really like these, and buying more is just I don't know. I don't need to.
I mean, dude, I buy stones because I like them. I don't buy stones because I need them. I have, I have more stones than I have storage for, but it is neat to come across, you know, stones like these. They, they're different. The best way I can explain these stones right here is if you took Nanawa Chaucera, pulled the abrasive out of it, made the bonding a little harder, and added diamond, a very high concentration of diamond as the abrasive. And I mean, it, Choceras have the best feel of any stone you'll ever sharpen on. And when you take that and you combine it with a very high concentration of very high quality sharp sharp
So you're
diamond.
talking like a hard aluminum oxide with diamond.
Yeah, think of like a, like a, I don't know if you've ever sharpened on them, but like a very high quality cured stone. Like Chaucera, not like these Shaptons, but they just have a ton of feel. They're No stone you'll ever sharpen on will give you the feel that like a Chaucera will.
So you know exactly the angle. Like as soon as you're off
You
angle, you feel it immediately.
yes, you will, as long as you keep your stone flat, the moment you start to walk off of that bevel, be it, you know, a tenth of a degree over, tenth of a degree under, the moment you start to come off that bevel, the stone will tell you. And when you combine that with a, really high quality diamond at a very high concentration, like it's literally the best of both worlds. And they wear incredibly slowly. Those are, if they make a 200 grit, if they'll make, I've talked to them and I've asked them, please, if they make a 200 grit in that set and you got 200, 400, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, I don't think you could spend $600 or $650 and buy a better set of stones. Just to be honest, they'll, they're going to last you a lifetime. On that 400, I don't know, I'm well over 100 sharpenings on it now, and I haven't needed to lap it. Now, I did lap it lightly out of the box. Um,
Yeah, see, I always lap everything out of the box. I want to
Me
make sure.
too.
That's the thing about stones. Almost always, whenever they're made,
Mhm.
they're almost always, as they're making them perfectly flat, the diamonds are kind of at the same level as whatever the binding
Exactly.
media is. So you need to
Exactly.
kind of just knock the media down to expose the diamond to get those points exposed.
100%. And there's another thing. A lot of companies, when they, they'll leave a mold release on there. So you'll have a coating on them basically. Some don't, some do. I prefer to just do a quick lapping and not have to worry about it. And, they were beautifully flat out of the box. They didn't need to be lapped, but I did it because I always do every stone I get. And, and when I say a light lapping, I mean a very light lapping. And it's like I said, it's in well over 100 knives. It's still beautifully flat, no wear to speak of. It's a fantastic stone. And even these, I know it sounds silly, but I think these are even better. I think I like these even better than the premium ones. These are the silicone, 30% silicone carbide, 70% diamond.
Okay.
I think I like, and they're cheaper. They're basically half the price of the ones that are on the base. And I honestly think I like these even better. They're really good. They have tons of feel. They cut very quickly. They don't absorb any water. They're they're fantastic. I could sit and brag on them all fucking night long, but they're fantastic. Just leave it at that.
Still looks good to me. No
And
issues yet.
and supposedly they're gonna be coming out with some new stuff here, and I'm really really excited to find out what they're coming out with, and if it's going to be superior to these stones, I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Like I
Seems
have
like seems like China is
catching up.
catching up to Japan
Exactly.
in rapid fashion.
In rapid fashion. That's what they're doing. The technology that was kind of a Japan only thing has now made its way to China, and they're they're making they're making great strides very quickly with it. Very quickly. I knew when I got those elite stones. Prior to that, I'd never had a Chinese made stone that was worth a damn. When I got those elite stones, and I was like, holy shit, these are really good. Like the 3,000 and 8,000, yeah, they're too soft. But the 400 and 1,000, they were really, really, really good. I was like, yeah, maybe China is starting to catch up on the sharpening stone game, and it's just been good release after good release since I got those delete stones. I haven't had a bad stone from China, and I bought quite a few. And just so anybody in the chat knows, every one of these stones, now not the sheeper cut, but any of these stones I'm talking about, like the Kentif or the Thalit, I paid full price and I get nothing out of those stones. If you use my link, then I would get, the normal commission from Amazon, but I'm not working with these companies in any way. So I'm not telling you that to make money. I just want to put that out there because
That is, I don't make any money from anybody, and I do not even do the affiliate link thing because it's more trouble than I'm interested in taking.
no, look, the affiliate thing with Amazon, I don't mind doing because I'm going to put the links up anyways. So if they click on them, I might as well get a couple percent from Amazon.
Oh, I
It's
mean,
not much
I
money.
like the cool thing about it where you just put it up there, and it doesn't matter what they buy, even if they're not buying what you're sending them for.
Exactly. I get 3%. Well, it depends, anywhere from 1.5 to 4.5%, but most things are 3%. So you get 3%. It doesn't matter if you buy that product or a washing machine. It doesn't matter. So, I do that affiliate because I'm going to put the links anyways. So I might as well make a few cents off of it. It's not like I'm getting much anyways, but as far as the companies are concerned, I have nothing to do. Just like with the Grind Knife Works, when he talked about, affiliate, I was like, absolutely not. Once enough people said, hey, so and so sent me, and you feel like I deserve a free stone, I'll take it. But I don't want any money changing hands.
That's exactly where
That's
I'm at. Free
Yeah, that's how
stones,
I am
I'm
with
okay
any
with that.
company. Yeah, exactly. I'll take a free stone if you feel like I've sold enough stone for you that you want to give me a stone. Okay, thank you. But I don't want your money because then that makes people think I'm biased. And I damn sure ain't biased for a couple dollars. You know what I mean? But
Nope.
it's going to cost a lot more than that for somebody to buy me to say, yeah, this is good, and it not be.
I
I
don't know.
can
It's because
tell you that
I'm so mad about the people on YouTube that I mean
sold out
I don't think I've seen a bad knife review this
in
year.
years. Yeah, dude. No, you're not gonna. They all sold out. China's in all their pockets. Like the China knife companies are in every one of their pockets. That is literally why I made a YouTube channel, to give people a channel that does not do that shit.
I mean, just see like you'll see somebody. Okay, I'm going to do an unboxing from CJRB, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll have
50
11
of them.
boxes stacked up, and
Exactly.
it's like holy shit.
Yep. They send them one of every colorway. And then now you tell me this. You're reviewing a knife that you just opened the box on and telling people how it's a great knife, go buy it. And all you've done is cut a piece of paper with it. How does that make any sense? But the consumers love it. They enjoy those YouTubers and they buy what they tell. If the YouTuber says
Yeah.
it's good, they go buy it. They want to support their favorite creators, and I mean that it's their money. They can do what they want, but I don't buy into that. That is not my style, buddy.
All right, this is sharp as hell, but I'm having burr problems. And I think that is just standard with MTech.
Ah, man, that shit's bare. Excuse my language. That stuff's barely. It, yes, you're gonna have burr problems with any one of them knives from MTech. I don't even think they harden them, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they do either.
Like if I remember right, we punched one. It was a aluminum handle. It was a red aluminum handle
I mean, it's
MTech.
sharp for sure.
And if I'm not mistaken, this was years ago now. I don't know if I remember exactly, but the number that
Oh,
seemed to be popping in my
I
head
have
was 51 Rockwell.
I have a
That seems
microscope.
like what it was.
I
And
forgot
yeah,
I
you
got a
can get it
microscope.
sharp. Yeah,
Oh
exactly,
yeah,
man.
look at that. Oh yeah, that is a burr, baby.
Like
That is a burr faux show.
when you got that steel, that type of softness,
Yep, look at
you're
that.
always going to have burr issues. Always.
Well, let's keep working at it. Here's what
But
I'm
you can
going to
get it
do.
off.
I'm going to go a little bit above sharpening angle, super light pressure.
Your best friend for that is this right here.
Ceramic.
Yep, just take a piece of ceramic and lap it extremely
You know,
flat.
I do have a ceramic right here.
Go maybe a degree over angle and use incredibly light pressure and you'll cut the burr off.
Here's a good little
Works
tip for
excellent.
people who have this. You got the pocket field sharpener by Work Sharp. This is a real pain in the ass to use because of the angle guides on the end.
Yep.
But you see right here, there's a little pin. You pop that little pin out. Give it a little push.
Take it out.
Pin pops out, and out comes the rod.
Mm-hmm. And if you got the other one, I don't know where mine's at, but if
That
you
is
got the
money.
skinny one, you can take like a key, stick it up under the corner of the ceramic and just twist a little bit and it'll pop out. And you can take the ceramic rod out. I'm taking way longer than need be on this knife right here, but I clean a lot of animals with this and I want to have a perfectly shaped apex.
All right.
Oh yeah, I have my diamond, Roy. My diamond finally got here from China.
Didn't know.
Yep.
You gonna make people privy to what you're doing with it?
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna make videos on it. Once I
Oh,
figure
that's
out
so
to
cool.
get it to work, I'm gonna make some videos on it. I'll send you right now. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do the 40, 50 micron and 10 micron. Once I
Awesome.
get everything dialed in, I'll send you some, and then once you've got them and I've got them, we'll do like a live, and we'll
So cool.
sharpen with them, and then I'll start making videos on how I did it.
Super cool.
But yeah, I'm really excited to do that. I'm really looking forward to doing that because I think it's going to work quite well, actually.
I actually think it is too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any reason why there would be any issues whatsoever.
100%. I poured up a little bit of that resin just to see how it would work, and
Okay.
It's rock hard as it says, So I mean, I didn't make anything, but I poured up some of the resin, just run a knife over it to see how it felt. No dig-in problems. Feels perfect.
Awesome.
So I like it. I guarantee you, it's going to work quite well. Actually,
When I was checking it out, I was like, what resin would be most likely for a knife blade to just skate over? And that was
you
it.
picked the right
That
one,
is as
bro.
that is the hard that is as hard as it gets.
And let me tell you, it's hard. Like
I think they
it's
actually
shockingly
likened it.
hard.
I think they likened it to liquid glass. So
I mean, it's what it feels like. It literally feels like glass.
that's
It
so
is
cool.
hard, but
That's it.
I've put up a couple molds, so like I'm probably going to start making them tonight. Actually,
That's it. As long as you get the diamond concentration right, it should
hmm
be just fine because it should lap with silicon carbide just like
yeah, yeah,
any
I've done
other
tried it.
resin.
You can silicone graph, and now don't get me wrong,
Beautiful.
it is. I've done tried the lapping, and yeah, I mean it will lap, but good God, it is slow going.
Well,
It
that's the
is
thing.
slow going.
If it wears good, nice and slow, and you only
Yeah,
have
it's
to
going to wear
lap it
nice and
once
slow.
a year or once every 2 years, I mean,
Exactly.
I could put in an hour lapping if it's only every 2 years.
100%, and that's how it seems to be. Like with how incredibly well that stood up to silicone carbide powder, their sharpening on it is going to be very slow wearing. Like it's going to work. I guarantee you, it's going to make a good stone. I guarantee it. And I don't think it's going to be too hard neither. My only worry right now, and I got the whiteout and stuff you had told me about, as long as I can get it to release from the mold, I think I'll be in good shape. And I wanted to ask you something. Do
Yes.
you think that you, I could have some silicone, like silicone molds made? Do you think it would release well from silicone, or do you think it might bond to it some?
No, I think it would release fine.
I do too.
I think whiteout is going to work perfectly good. I think you're going to be surprised how well whiteout allows it to release.
Yeah, if the whiteout like lets it pop right out, I'm good. My the
I mean,
silicone
that's
thing was like a backup idea.
yeah, because whiteout is like the standard agent that people put between all kinds of stuff. If you are trying to
Oh, so
not
it
have two things stick together, people use whiteout. Yeah, they use
oh,
it
so that's a
on.
common use, huh?
Oh yeah, if you're let's say you're
Ah,
making a canister Damascus blade,
uh-huh.
you don't want that canister to stick to your steel. You paint the
Sure.
inside of the canister with whiteout.
Interesting. Okay, I did not know that. I didn't know that was a common use of it. Okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
got to
I'm going
let
to
it
try it
dry.
out tonight.
Let it dry. That's important.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to try it out tonight. If it works, that would be awesome because then it's going to be easy because I can just use regular 3D printed molds and it'll be easy to do.
Yeah, I think it'll work. Just
If
make
it
two
does, it's going to be
pieces.
awesome.
Make a perimeter piece and a bottom piece. That way you can pop the bottom piece off and
That's how
then
I made them
push.
on the 3D printer. Yeah.
Yeah, then push out the actual resin stone. So should pop right out. I'd bet my paycheck on it.
That will be so awesome because then it'll be nice and flat and like it'll be good to go right out of the packet, right out of the mold. Maybe go over it, do a real quick lapping on like some, 60 grit or 100 grit silicone carbide just to expose diamond. And I think it should work fantastic. Oh my God, that's sharp. Holy. Yeah, that actually
You
surprised
gotta
me.
love that.
Yeah, that's one reason,
We're
man.
gonna switch to a
This
real
old,
steel knife here.
this old BG1 from Cold
Oh, there we
Steel,
go.
it's so good. It sharpens so nicely.
You got the burr now, buddy.
I really wish they still made
Sweet.
these
My
knives
son will
in
be happy.
BG1.
My son will be happy now. There you go. That's for him. Now
Got
I'll
him a
sharpen
sharp
one of
knife.
mine. Yep. What do we want to sharpen? What do we want to sharpen? S90V.
And my son, he's been like head over heels with that Rex 121 PM2. That thing
These
ain't
both
left his hand.
these both need sharpened.
I actually need to. I'm wanting them edges to die off so I can sharpen them. I want to see how much different Golden did it than Taiwan.
I did not poke mine.
Yeah, I didn't poke them either. I'm gonna, as soon as I can get over to my buddy's place,
It's
I'll
actually
I'll
kind of
pop
weird
them.
that I didn't poke it because I did take mine apart. So why
Yeah, I
didn't
wish
I?
you would have. I'd like to know where they're at.
Yeah, because I took it apart because it had lock stick, pretty significant lock stick actually.
Both of mine did too. It went away pretty quick though.
Yeah, and it had a super light detent.
Oh no, mine had stout detents. That's odd. Both
Yeah,
of you. Did you get one or two?
I got one
Oh, okay. So it had a light detent, huh? That's something you don't
light.
see very often.
Yep, it was. She was light, baby.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not as stout as I would like actually right now, but it's okay. I have another PM2 in Rec 76. It
Uh-huh.
has the D10 on this one is like perfect the way I like it.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's why when you said that, I was surprised. Most PM2s have really like you don't see light detents on PM2s very often.
This one was super light. It was light enough that I could, whip
Flick
it
it out.
open. Yep.
No kidding.
This one
Yeah, you
here,
don't
like
see that often.
you swing this baby shut, she stays shut. This one here, it'll bounce out on you. Not always, but
Yeah,
bounce out.
my Rex. I bought the satin one. I wish I'd have got the DLC one too of the Rex 76 PM2s. Wish I had both of them because I really like that Rex 76 a lot.
I do too. I wasn't collecting when the DLC one came out.
Yeah, I would. I should have bought it. I should have
It was
bought it.
in
I feel
stock for
stupid.
it was in
A long
stock for
time.
so long too. It was
Yep.
in stock for months.
Yep. And just me being like, man, I don't need that. I don't care about the coated blade ones anyways. And then once it sold out, I was like, man, why didn't I buy that?
Was that my
That's
first
200
Rex?
bucks.
Was that my first Rex knife? No, it was not.
You probably had
Rex,
Rex 45, yeah,
nope.
before that.
Rex 121 was my first Rex knife.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, okay.
Yep, I liked it, so I ended up getting the other Rex 121 Sage, the G10 one. So I had the lightweight and the G10.
Yeah.
Then I got this one. Liked that so much, it was like, boy, these Rex steels are really freaking good. So I ended
Yeah,
up
they're
getting
awesome,
the
dude.
Rex 45 Mannix.
Do you know how much I wish that Spyderco would do Rex T15 and like
Oh yeah,
a PM2 and a Mannix? God, I wish that might be my most wanted sprint right now. Would be a Rex T15 Mannix,
well
even more than a Rex 121 Mannix.
they're getting to the point now where what is going to be their new go tos?
Dude, I think we're fixing to see a whole shit ton of different steels. Like, I think they're going to
From a
start
lot of different
buying from
people.
different mills. Yep.
Yep, I think there's going to be some, Z Max, some Z
Uh huh.
Ultra.
Yep.
They're going to start getting Zap stuff. I think they're going to
Yep.
start getting the higher end Bowler Udahome,
Yep. I think we'll see
K294.
like 294 exactly.
Yeah, S690, like or
Yep.
S390,
Yeah,
S390.
S390. That's going to be one that we're probably going to see a lot of.
I know that they
Uh,
tried the M398. It didn't work
hey,
out.
M398 is awesome, dude. I'm sorry. I love it.
Yeah, it didn't work
I
out for them though.
But Spyderco, like I wish they would do it. I wish they do it golden. You're gonna, the Rex. I mean the M398 stuff is all going to be Maniago, and it's good. It performs really good. Like I really wish that American Spyderco would start working with M398 because if it was ran just a point or two harder than Maniago runs it, it would be the king of stainless steels and edge retention. Like it would cut and cut and cut and cut because it does anyways.
Yeah.
Like I have a couple Russian pieces in M398, and it cuts right up there. Like in usage, it cuts right up there with like S125B. I can't really tell them apart, but it cuts significantly longer than S90V does. But yeah, I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see a whole bunch of like K294. We're going to see S390. We're going to see the Aerosteel stuff. We're going to see Z-Wear. I believe we'll just start. Everything won't be focused around Crucible. We're going to start seeing a whole bunch of different steels.
Well, that's the thing. I would imagine that it's not going to be too long in the future where all Crucible steel is going to go out of stock.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
I'm
That's
sure.
why,
I'm
right
sure
now,
that I'm sure that they have pallets of Rex 45, pallets of Rex 76, pallets of Spy
100%.
27.
Yes.
Like I think that they have a lot
No doubt.
of certain things that they bought out, things that they knew that they were going to use. Right
like
at
the
the
Rex
end.
121 stuff. They bought. I'm sure they got a ton of it because they're still doing. You got these aren't sprints. Like they're doing a small.
Oh yeah, their production.
These are production knives, so they have to have a healthy amount of it, or they wouldn't be offering those as
they wouldn't be saying
production.
that it's a production if they're only doing one or two runs. They're planning on doing a few runs,
So I'm sure they have a healthy backlog of steel, but maybe 2 years from now we'll start seeing new stuff, and I'm actually excited for it.
You already got Magnamax coming out. It's all over frickin'.
I'm not very excited for that one though.
I think it was Blade HQ. I'm not. See. I mean, it's like $400, man, for
Man, I'm just not excited
OTF.
For it. Yeah.
Why do I want a Magnamax OTF, man?
It's going to have terrible geometry and
no thanks, man. It's thick. It's thick behind the edge. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't want that. Like, because it's Magnamax, it's it's the hot stuff. Let's charge a fortune for it. And number one, it's not going to perform like the Magnamax we have in the mules.
No, it is not.
It's going to be two or three. Rockwell softer. It's not going to sharpen as nicely. It's not going to hold an edge as long. I'd bet money on it.
Yeah, it'll be more stainless, and that's fine.
And I could care, and that's my thing.
Not bad.
I could care less about stainlessness.
Yeah, me too. I just got rid of a stainless knife so that I could buy this one. It was right after Christmas, and I was short on dough, so I actually sold my S110V Mannix so that I could buy that.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. Like, I was going to leave this at 1K or 1,500, but I'm going to take it to 6K just for shits and giggles. But yeah, I feel you, man. Like the least important part of a steel to me is stainlessness. I could care less about it. It's, it just doesn't matter to me. And in a folding knife, I don't care all that much about, as long as it's ran hard enough to have good edge stability. All I really care about is edge retention and how it sharpens. And I know Magnamax, it's not going to be what we have. I know it's not. It's going to be just maybe a slightly longer edge retention version of Magna Cut is what it's going to be.
Yep. S90V, probably not even S90V, S110V, and a little bit less chippy. A little bit less chippy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd be surprised if it would hang with S90V.
Yeah, I didn't get any 10V type numbers out of it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, definitely. No, are you talking about the mule?
Yeah.
No, dude. When they're saying, "Oh, it's 10V K3," no, I'm sorry, but mine does not cut where 10V or K390 cuts. It doesn't.
Nope. And I don't think these batches aren't even going to be as good as it. So I think it's going to be even further off.
100%. 100%. It's going to be even further off. What we got is going to be the best Magnamax you're ever going to get in a production knife. And even the customs, I don't know. I just wish he would. I wish if Magnamax was the same composition as what we got in the Mule, I would probably buy into it. It's not. I don't really want it. I probably won't even buy a knife in it, to be honest.
I mean, I know what it's made out of, and I have the chemical composition on it. I know what
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. You should send it to me. I would have had mine PMI too, but you send me that, and everything I need to know is right there. I probably will buy a piece of the one, something that comes out now if I can get something
Oh,
reasonably
I'll
affordable
definitely get
to have a
something,
PMI
but
done.
I'm not going to get a $400 OTF with bad geometry and
Sure.
you know terrible
No,
blade play. It's not going to be it. I'm going to wait until you know
yeah, they do like a Mannix or PM2 in it
that's
or
it.
something.
If they release a Mannix PM2, one of their
Yeah,
golden knives in it,
sure.
I would buy it. If they would do you know one of the mid-grade Chavez, or because everybody's going to be buying it.
Oh,
Everybody,
100%.
everybody,
That's going to
everybody.
go crazy.
You're going to have Frosty's going to buy it, Kaiser's
100%.
going to buy it, and
And it
freaking
won't be
everybody's going to
long
buy it.
before we'll see like Best Techman come out with a $110 knife in it.
That's it.
You know,
It only took a couple years for there to be Magna
sub
Cut
90.
sub $100. Yeah,
Exactly. Best Techman did it, and then I think at like $80 for that Dundee, and then Kershaw changed over. You could buy the link for like $85 in Magna Cut, USA made.
geez,
So
it was way at the beginning. Frickin' Hogue released the
mhm.
Deca, and it was like
They were the
150,
first
less than
ones.
$150.
No, when
It was a
Hogue
good
released
price.
the Deca, it was
It might have been
119.
one. Yeah, it might have been 120s
Yeah,
exactly.
it was
It
120.
was super cheap.
So they were the first ones to bring a production Magna Cut knife to market. Was Hogue, and they sold a boodle of them at
Well, that's it because
$120.
they
I
sold
bought two
those
of
for
them.
$120, and then original Goat came out with some titanium
The
scales
scales.
for it,
Yep.
so it wouldn't be a crap
Yeah,
feeling
exactly.
knife. Like it cut
Mhm.
really good, but
Yep.
the handle felt like you were holding
Oh, it
a
felt cheap. Yeah,
baby rattle.
for sure. But I'll tell you what, that the first couple runs of that Hogue Magna Cut was garbage.
Oh yeah, soft.
It was
That was
soft.
before anybody knew. Hey,
Yeah, 62
sub
plus.
61, you're
Yep.
in bad
Dangerous
territory.
territory for sure. See, the my first my because I had it punched. I knew as soon as I touched the stones with it, I was like, "What? This is not right." Uh, I had it
What?
punched, and yeah, like I literally within the first pass on the stone, I kind of was like, "Hey, whoa, something's not right here." My Magna Cut Deca, the first one I bought it out of the very first run, as soon as it hit Blade HQ, and it was 59.4.
Let's rinse this off.
59 low 59 Rockwell Magna Cut is not a good steel.
Yeah, yuck.
Yeah, yuck is right. It
I kind of,
sharpens.
I
It's terrible.
even wish Spyderco would run their Magna Cut a little harder.
I do too, but I kind of understand why they did what
I
they
know
did.
why they're doing it. They did
They
it. They
wanted
did
to
a
keep
little
the
low because they wanted to keep
stainlessness.
the stainlessness. Exactly.
Exactly.
They wanted to keep it in their Salt series, and
Yep.
you got to respect that. It's still
Yeah.
not soft.
No, but it could use a point harder, point and a
That's
half
it.
harder.
One extra point, man. Because that's the thing.
It would make a big difference.
That's the thing about Rockwell. It's not linear.
Yeah, you got an exponential scale. That 1 point's a lot.
That is it. The difference between 59 and 60 is
It's not what
smaller
65
than
and
the difference
66
between, yeah,
is.
the difference between 62 and 63 is
A lot
huge.
more. Yeah, exactly. Like people look at it and they, oh, it's only one Rockwell different. When it's at 54 to 55, that's not much of a difference. But when
Yeah,
you
when
go
it's a,
from 63 to 64, that's significant.
that sure is. Like
Like,
one piece of M390 at 64, and it is freaking, it's bananas. I mean, I just,
hell yeah. And it'll cut a long time too.
bananas. I sharpened it exactly one time that I didn't need to sharpen it.
Hmm.
Crappy
Yeah,
piece of
dude.
Chinese M390, and it's like, this is the best M390 I've ever had before.
Yep. When you get M390 up there in that 64 range, it is a fantastic performing steel.
And it is way different.
But you only see it in customs, like I have a couple of little custom fixed blades in M390 that's in that 64, 64 and a half range, and it performs its ass off.
You need to do some things either very, very right or very, very by accident.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
you either
case was
need
very by
to,
accident.
yeah, you need to do a secondary hardening where you take your temper up too high. Like that's possible. You can definitely do a temper and make a mistake and temper it too high and end up with a secondary hardening.
Oh, for
That
sure.
can happen for sure.
For sure.
Which is kind of what I think happened to mine.
It's what makes sense.
I think that there was a temper that got too hot. They did it. They cryoed it too, and it ended up bananas
Way
hard.
hard. Yep,
And it
that's what
is.
makes sense.
I expected it to be chippy, and I've chipped it 0 times.
No, yeah, like them little
It's
fixed
nuts.
blades I got. I mean, of course, those are custom heat treat, but M390 is beautiful at 64. 64, 64 and a half. I have no chipping issues with it, even when pushing it beyond what you probably should. Thin geometry, and it holds up great, and it cuts so damn long. Like I have some Spyderco M390 gold. I got two of the Mannix, and they run those on the hard side. The my satin one is right at 63, and the DLC one I have is a tick or two over 62. So they're almost a point different, but that M390, that's the best production M390 I've ever used, bar none. It blows
Well,
it like 61 Rockwell M390 versus 63. It just blows it out the water. Like the community's tired of M390, and I get it because it's always
it's
soft.
because it's everything, baby, and it's on everything.
Yep,
You're
and it's
getting a
run too
titanium
soft.
frame lock, it's M390. If you're getting an
Yep,
titanium bolster lock with shred carbon fiber, it's M390. It is freaking
100%.
everywhere.
But I'll tell you, if those people, and I get why they don't like it. I mean, when you got M390 at 59, 60 Rockwell, it doesn't perform very good. But if those companies was to just take it up to 63, people would not complain about, or people wouldn't complain as much about M390 because it performs. When it's down there at 60 Rockwell, hell, you might as well have I mean, it's basically, it performs like 14C does. A little better, but not much.
Yeah. I was actually going to sharpen this today. This
What is
here
that?
is an M390 titanium shred carbon fiber bolster lock that I got from Jared
By
Neve.
who? Who made it?
It is
Who?
AM8, which is Migaron.
Oh, okay. I don't have a single knife from that company.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's it's fine. Yeah,
They made
front
some, like,
flipper.
I wanted that. I think it was called like a Myarl or something, some strange ass name like that.
Yeah, Moyarl. Yeah,
Yeah, that.
really good
I
budget
wanted
knife.
one of those. Yeah, I wanted one. The design looked really good. I just never bought it, but
This is got one of Jared Neve's crazy mirror polished edges on it, and I actually went back after the fact and gave it some teeth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's like
I
those
was like,
super.
I mean, it looked pretty, but I was like, I want this to cut better. So I ended up putting like some 12 micron on a strop. No, it
I
was
don't blame you.
15 micron. It was super coarse. It was 15 micron. And it was like, well, let's put some teeth on this.
Yeah, I don't blame you. See, what I'm going to do right now, because I took this up to 6,000. I'm going to do. I'm just doing this because mainly the video, but this here is going to be a regressive sharpening because I'm taking it to a high polish and then I'm going to take it back and put a very light 1K scratch pattern on it. I don't know if that's something you've ever done, but you can really get the best of both worlds out of a steel by doing that.
By putting a polish on it and then
Yep. And then coming
putting
back
a little coarse on it.
100%.
I mean, I thought about oh,
Called
what the hell is that
regressive
guy? What the hell is
sharpening.
that? What the hell is that guy's name that does the dual grit?
Oh, yeah, the home slice.
Oh, home slice. That's exactly.
Yeah.
I thought about it, and it's like, boy, that seems like a lot of frickin' work.
It's not. I did a couple of videos on dual grit, and dual grit makes sense. It really does, and they work. But here's the problem: if you go back and watch my videos on dual grit, I don't know if he's ever made videos like this, but I've been doing dual grit for a very long time, over 20 years. Um, with dual grit edges, you can do it on one knife in the same steel. You say you do the same exact dual grit edge on three knives in the exact same steel.
Okay.
You might get one to perform unbelievably well, and then the next two performed just poorly. There, it's very, very, very hard to get consistency with dual grit edges. If that specific piece of steel does well with the dual grit edge, then it will do phenomenal. But you can't ever depend on a dual grit edge until you know that piece of steel likes it. You can't ever depend on them performing well. And it
Okay.
is a lot of work to,
Yeah.
when you're messing with the new knife, you don't know if it's going to do well with it or not. And then, you're going to invest that work in it. And then that piece of steel doesn't like a dual grit edge at all. And it's
Because
just very hard to be consistent with them.
I watched him, and it was like, okay, you sharpen it with the coarse. All right. You flip it. You sharpen that side with the coarse.
Hmm.
Okay. Then you flip it over, and now you're going to take that one side up, but then you got to go back to the coarse again to flip the burr. And then you got to
Exactly.
go back to the next finer grit, and then you got to go
Yep.
back to the coarse to flip the burr. And it's like back and forth
That's
and
it.
back and forth and back and forth, and it's like,
Now,
oh, dude,
if
no
you've got your stones
thanks.
already set up, you've got two stone holders set up, and
Oh yeah,
it's
I
not
guess that would
that
make
hard.
sense.
Like how I
Yeah,
do
I
it
guess that
is
makes sense that way.
I'll have both stones ready to go. So I'll just use two stone holders. I'll have the low grit's going to not be changed. It'll be here. And then I'll just cycle between two stone holders. So there's really no changing. It's not too much of a pain in the ass. But again, it is a lot of work if you invest all that time in doing that edge and then that piece of steel really, like I said, it's just very hard to get consistently good dual grit edges, even if you do a very, very good job. And then if that steel don't like it, it's going to perform terrible. The
There's
only
there.
steel I've ever had that has never performed badly with it, and this is literally, I did it on many steels. The only steel I've ever had that performed good with every dual grit edge I've ever done and on multiple different knives is CPM M4. I've never had a bad dual grit edge on
No,
M4.
I've never had a bad edge of any kind with Rex M4.
And see, I think that's got a lot to do with it, is what you just said. With M4, it pretty much does good with anything, be it polished
That's it.
edges, toothy
Polish it,
edges.
coarse
It
edge,
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Yeah. And see, I think that's got a lot to do with why M4 takes such a good dual grit edge. But so if you ever do one, do it on M4 and you should really like it because, man, they do perform. If it performs good, it performs great. I need to
A lot of people
regress.
don't know that is in the Rex family.
What, CPM M4?
Yeah,
I didn't know M4 was in the Rex family neither.
it sure is.
Oh,
I
interesting.
wonder if I have the data sheet on it nearby. Do
Because
we
I mean,
have it?
I have some knives that I made. I have some out of ingot M4. I figured it was just a, just a
Nope,
particle metallurgy version of ingot
nope,
M4.
nope.
And ingot M4 has been around for a long time and performs
Let's
pretty damn good,
see.
believe it or not.
Do I have 10V
Now I'm going to take this down
Rex
to
121 15V? I have data sheets freaking everywhere for freaking every steel under the sun.
that's funny. And now we're going to regress this knife to 1K.
K390. All right, we're gonna pull up. What's the best way to pull up Rex M4 data sheet? Let's do this.
I damn sure did not
CPM
know it
Rex
was.
M4.
That's interesting. I sure as hell did not know that. Even when I bought blanks of it, it's just always labeled straight CPM M4. The people in the chat might want to see that edge. You see very high polish, 6K, full mirror, and now we're going to regress it to on a 1K.
Crucible CPM Rex M4, baby.
Interesting. I sure as hell did not know that, bro.
Yep.
I learned something today.
I'm
But
trying
yeah,
to find Crucible's original data sheet.
doing
Oh,
this right here.
there's Niagara's.
If you've never tried it, doing a regressive sharpening, you ought to
Mm-hmm.
try it. Take it
There's
up to like
Niagara's data sheet
6K.
on it.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of data sheets too. I keep them in a like a three loop binder, print them out. I get quite a few, but I damn sure did not know that, bro. That I learned something today for sure.
That's pretty much all that's really left, though. The one that you want, T15. I mean, they did a
Yeah, they did a mule.
mule in it already, so it's
I
not like it's
believe
not on the table.
I believe we'll see because it performs so good. Do you have that mule?
I do not.
They knocked it out of the park. Is all I'm going to say.
That's pretty good.
I fully believe with as good as that steel performed on the mule that we'll see it on a sprinter too. We need to.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Because from what I've tested of it on the mule,
Yeah.
it performs like it outperforms K390, no doubt about it, and edge retention, no doubt about it. It outcut by
Oh, that's really
probably
good.
20%. By probably 20%.
So you
That
would
would make
probably put it somewhere between Rec 76 and Rex 121, then.
I'd say probably I'd say
Somewhere.
realistically, it's right there. Yeah, in that like HAP 72, Rec 76 range. It's right. It's going to cut right there in that range because it
That's some of
substantially
my
a
favorite
substantial
steel. So.
difference. Yeah, me too. Rec 76 is awesome, dude. And now I will say, from what I've noticed of it, T15 dulls very differently than like Rec 76 does. It holds it's like a Maximet type steel. It holds all of its edge retention in the back end, in the working edge.
Okay, so it goes
It
from
loses its
hair
upfronts quick.
whittling to frickin' working edge
Paper
in like a
slicing
minute.
quick. Yep, that. But it holds that paper. It holds that clean paper slicing for a long time.
I love.
But
This is like my favorite knife to carry now. My Rec 76 Shaman
Yeah, dude, it's great. I
bums
haven't
me
even really
out
played with
though.
mine very much yet, though.
You can see I damaged the pivot screw. I'm waiting for mine to come in. It's
Yeah, you
taking
told me.
too long. Taking too long.
But man,
What
I'm
I
telling you,
actually found
it's a good
something
steal.
while I was buying those pivot screws though. I found somebody selling some stroppy stuff under market value.
Really.
Yep, I was pretty jazzed about it. Got it for $20 a bottle.
I mean, it's good stuff. I've used it. It's
That's fine.
it, $20 a bottle. That's totally fair for it. I wouldn't pay no
That's
more
it.
than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like if you go to, if you buy it from Neve or somebody else, it's,
yeah, you're paying
40,
40,
40.
50 bucks. That's not worth that. I mean,
Shit.
literally, it's a less aggressive version of like the stuff I use from Lacey. It's a slower cutting version of Lacey's stuff.
Oh, I'll take it. It'll be fine. For $20,
But for
I'll
20
take it.
bucks, yeah, that's totally fair. Buy it at 20
Because I'm almost out of
bucks too.
half micron and I need it.
Uh,
Um, Lacey is, I'm going to buy from her next. It's just, oh, I, there are several ways that you can buy from her. You can hit her up on Instagram, buy that
yep,
way,
Instagram.
which is
That's how
probably
I always
how I'm
buy
going to
from
do
her
it.
because she sells it. If I
Because
buy
I
it
was
on
going to
Instagram, I
buy,
get it cheaper.
yeah, because I almost bought, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't really like Blade Binge, and I'm not going to buy through
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, for me, that's exactly how I was. I was like, I'll buy it from you direct. She's like, she's like, I'll sell it to you cheaper if you buy it. If we just do it directly. She's like, because Blade Binge they charge me more for shipping, and
Yeah, they got
I got to pay a fee.
Blade Binge. I go on there and I look, and it's like, let's see what's going on Blade Binge today. And then you go and you look and you see just tons of knives that are $400
Way
over
overpriced.
freaking
Yeah, tell me
new,
about it,
brand
bro.
new price.
Hmm.
You can kiss my ass.
Yep.
No.
And see, my thing is this: that's not necessarily on Blade Binge. That's on the sell. That's on the greedy ass sellers who are trying to, they buy it as soon as it sells out, then they slap it on there for $200 more than they
God,
paid
I
for it.
hate that.
It's
God, I
shitty,
hate
man.
that.
It's shitty. They don't even buy the knife to use it. They buy it just hoping it'll sell out, and then they can flip it and make on it. Like, are you that hard up for money?
That's
It
it. You
it
want one of these?
annoys. It pisses me
You
off.
were waiting on you were waiting on payday for this to come in, and you want one of these now. You're gonna pay
Exactly.
double.
Exactly. Oh, you missed it? Here, let me charge you $500 for it.
That's it.
It
Bend
I
over.
hate it, dude. I hate it.
Look
The
around
asshole
like,
scalpers that do that. Oh, it pisses me off.
God, am I wearing lipstick? Because I want to look pretty when I'm getting screwed.
100%. Bend over, baby. And
That's it.
like
Here she comes.
I I know people. I know people who do it. I literally know them, personally, and I'm like, dude,
That's funny.
are you that hard up to make 100 or 200 bucks? I was like, somebody wanted that knife. You don't care about it.
I mean,
You're never going to use it.
I understand the thought process because here, I'm sure that this is the thought process. They say, well, most of these knives are limited to two. You can buy two.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll buy two. I'll keep one for me,
and get it paid
and
for, and basically for
when
free.
the that's exactly when the price goes up, I'll sell the other one
Yes.
and basically get
Hmm.
this knife for nothing or fifty
Hmm.
dollars or whatever the difference is.
Yeah.
Same thing with this guy.
See,
This
the
guy,
people that do it that way, if they bought it and
five
they
hundred
actually
dollar
care
knife
about
now.
it, yeah, it's 600 if you go by eBay prices.
Oh
Um,
God,
and see,
those
if
freaking
the people that
criminals.
do it that way, yeah, it's criminal, dude. The people that do it that way, I can understand that. Okay, I bought two because I had the option to. I'm going to flip this one, and I'll basically pay for mine. And I can at least stomach that, because at
That's
least
it.
you're gonna use the knife.
Ugh,
But
still
but the
leaves. Ugh,
one,
still is a little disgusting. Little.
oh,
It's a
it's
little
sleazy.
slimy. Yeah,
It's
it's a little
sleazy.
slimy.
But the ones that truly piss me off, like that I will have words with, and I know a couple in person that do this. They will literally have their mother, their their work, a friend at work, and basically they're all waiting at that time. They're like, "Oh, hey, if you'll buy me 2 of these, I'll give you $100." And then exactly what they're doing is they're getting 5 or 6, 10 people to go buy those 2 knives.
Oh,
Because
that's
it's
so
one,
good.
it's two per address. And then you'll have one dude, he'll have 20, 30 of these knives. He's never
That's
gonna,
so
he
bad.
didn't care. It's so shitty, dude. He's never gonna use one of them. He could care less about that knife. It is specifically to throw on eBay at 2.5 times what he paid for it value. And
That's it.
it
You'll see them
enrages
pop
me.
up. You'll see the listing pop up on eBay
Yeah, and
before
they'll
the
say more
knives
than
even
10
ship.
available.
It'll be before
Yep.
they even ship.
Oh, 100%. If you really want to see the funny ones, and I don't know how people do this. If if you go to like the Case Sea Dragon or PB&J releases from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, those are highly sought after. And like like my Sea Dragon Sodbuster, that's like a $250 knife now. My PB&J one, also $250 knife now. So what they'll do, and it's one per customer, but somehow you'll go on, like the day they drop, you'll go on eBay and they'll have up, like stock images using Smoky Mountain Knife Works image. They don't even have the knife yet. And they'll have a listing put up with more than 10 available. Who are they getting those knives from? Like,
That's
is
it.
it some,
They have an
they
army
have somebody
of
on the
people buying
inside,
for them.
or they take a bunch of people and do, yeah, they're having like every family member call up and order one. That
That's so
Or
slimy.
they have, yeah, it's so slimy, dude. And they could care less about those knives. They're never even going to use one. They're only buying it to flip it. And that really enrages me. If somebody buys two and
Ooh,
they're like, well, I'm going to sell this one to help pay for mine, I can at least understand that, because at least you're buying it with the intent of, okay, I want this knife, I'm going to use it. You're not buying it just to flip it.
well, that doesn't work. I was
it
like, oh,
it's it's
let's
sleazy,
sharpen.
man.
Let's see what we can do with this Brad Buckner sharpener. And I laid it on this knife here, and I cannot even hit that angle. I'll cut the edge right off of it
That's funny.
because I can't get. That's the thing. I mean, if it's more than like a 20 degree, I don't think you can hit the bevel at all.
You know, have you ever watched him? And this is something that irks the shit out of me. When he's like, "Oh, this is about a 10-degree angle, 20 inclusive,"
No way. I can't get this one either.
and
Shit.
I'm like, dude, that V you got is nowhere near no 10, 20 inclusive angle. It's probably 40 inclusive, and the angle that you're sitting there at like this, that's much more than 10 degrees per side. You're probably more like at 20. So where are you having a hard time? Where are you having a hard time getting to the edge? Is it in the V?
No, this is on the cornered edge.
And you can't. I'm
No.
sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. Show me what you was having trouble with.
Okay, see here. In order to get the angle matched here, like I'm touching the knife here. Boom,
Uh huh.
touching. I'll bring this down to touch the edge.
Uh huh.
I am over angle.
Is it
I
because of
am.
the plastic?
Yep,
Ah, I see. See, this one does
certainly
that
is.
too because of this.
Son of a bitch.
So you can't even get to a 20-degree angle with it.
No, not on a knife unless it's super thin. Because I was using this one
No
to
kidding.
sharpen.
What about the poker chip one?
This one I can get. This one I can get.
Okay.
But this one is thinner in this direction.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Poker chip, poker chip, poker
So
chip.
he's totally full of shit about the 10-degree thing, then, right?
Oh,
Like,
there's
oh,
no
it's
way
about 10 degrees per side.
there's no way he's getting a 10-degree with this. There's no way.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, judging by the looks of it, it looks like he's more like 20, 25.
I have a fucking idea. I have an idea.
But grind it down.
Let's see what angle we're getting. Let's take a piece of wood and cut it.
Because he always claims that 10 degrees. And I told him, dude, there's no way that's no 10-degree angle that you're at. Not even close.
We're gonna it's laying against. I'm going to cut this on here and then I'm gonna measure the angle.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, actually. Because see, when he's doing that, I'm like, do you realize how wide the bevel is on the average knife with a 10-degree bevel?
God, it's like an
It's a
eighth of an
quarter
inch or
inch.
more.
Yeah, exactly. An
It's
eighth of an inch
huge.
or more. It's huge. So you're sitting there on your normal factory edges, this 20,
No
22
fucking
degrees,
way.
and you're claiming you're knocking a 10 degree, you're sharpening at 10 degrees. You're full of shit.
All right, so I just cut this angle on here. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. We're doing science here. All right, I need a parallel because it's magnetic. Parallel, parallel, parallel. Oh, here we go. Parallel. We need to go further on this. I want a bigger flat. I want to make sure that I get a good.
Now, to anybody that don't know what a regressive sharpening is, see, I knocked this back to 1,000 grit. But see how much more polished that is than a typical 1,000 grit edge? And that's a regressive sharpening. So what I've done is I've got high level of keenness like a 6K edge, but with maybe not quite as high as a 6K because I've knocked it down some, but you have a very high polished edge, but you have a lot of tooth. And you get that from regressive sharpening. Take it up high and knock it back down low. So how did it measure out for you?
I guess that's 12 degrees.
So you can get it down to 12 degrees?
Yeah, that was 12 degrees on there. Maybe I'm doing something. Maybe I'm mistaken about this. Let's look at this a little better. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Make sure that I'm not screwing this up in some way.
Well, dude, if he don't on those little skinny bevel knives, if he's trying to say that he's anywhere near 10 degrees, there's no way. He's got to be hitting the lip because it's way, way not wide enough.
Maybe it just looks like I'm going to cut the edge off.
Now, see, for me, when I'm doing it with this one, but this thing on this one, this big ass hump is in the way. But with this one, it looks like I can get down to about probably 14. By looking at the V, it looks like it's about 14, maybe 14, 15 degrees per side is about where I can get it before I start hitting with this. Let me grab I don't want to wreck any pocket knife edge. Here, I got this. I'll do this. So with this, you see that, like, look at where I'm hitting at. You see what I mean? So I can only get this down to probably about, 15, 16 degrees, 17, something like that.
Yeah, it just looked like I was not getting it. So I am actually hitting this whole bevel.
Okay. See, because with this one, you can't. Not with this thing. I'd say about the most you can get out of this one is probably right at 15, 16, something like that. Then to knock it up to about 20 probably.
All right.
Have you noticed it knocking dents in the edge?
I noticed it leaves waves in it.
Yeah, the waves. That's what I mean. Yeah, those. If you look at it under a microscope, it looks like dents.
Yeah, which makes sense because
You're hitting that hard ass
I,
carbide
I
into
I
it.
worked as I worked as a machinist for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing about tungsten carbide, we use it for cutters all the time,
Sure.
is you need a precision machine because if not, carbide just digs in and then you'll give it a little more pressure and it'll let loose and you'll rip and then it'll
Okay.
catch again and then it'll rip and then it'll catch
I
again and
got
then
you.
it'll rip and then it'll skip along the surface, which we're going to try and see if we can see it with the microscope.
Yeah. See, like I've gotten efficient enough with it from playing with it. Like that edge right there will probably slice newspaper.
See, I only used it on one knife because I wasn't willing to ruin any more than the one.
Yeah. I'm same here, man. I don't. That's
Now we're
why I was like,
trying
let
it
me get
on.
it.
This is a brand new factory edge we're trying it on right now,
Yeah.
and
See,
I
look.
was able to remove all the marker.
Now it's not quite push cutting, but it will slice. However, if I start cutting rope with it, within a handful of cuts, it'll be totally blunt. Let me grab and I'll show y'all what that looks like under a microscope too.
Let's
And
see
you
what she
see,
looks
it
like.
almost looks like a burr. So your cutting edge literally is a wire. It's literally a burr. It literally creates a wire burr as your cutting edge. And within just a couple cuts, that edge it's cooked. It's over with. See the wire on mine? You can literally see. You see that
Yes,
the
you
shiny
can.
wire
Let's do this. Let's go. You
in certain places.
full
You can
screen.
see it's broken. You see the
Oh
shiny wire,
shit! Sure can.
and you see I've got it sharp enough that it'll slice newspaper. Come on, cameras. Stop being it. There you go. It does not want to focus on this, but like you can blatantly see that wire. And that is what you're cutting with. You're cutting with a really
Oh
thin
shit!
wire.
And that's why I didn't see. That's why I didn't see the wire on mine, because I was looking at the wrong side, dum dum.
Yep. And if
Because
you go back and forth and you're really careful, you can center the wire up, which
I
is
could
what
see
I
it.
did.
I could see it too. Hold up. Let's do
Yeah, let's
me
see
full
yours.
screen. Blam.
Uh-huh. See the shiny wire?
I
Exactly.
sure can.
And you'll notice
No
breaks
shit.
in it every now and then where it
I
catches
can
and
see.
tears a little piece
I
out,
can see a spot right there where
where it tore a piece
it
out.
is tore a piece off.
Hmm. And I guarantee you, if you cut anything that's, tougher, if you cut anything
And that
that's
you. Oh,
tougher,
oh my God! Look at this. You can see right
that
where it
wire will
stops.
crush right in.
You can see where it stops.
Where you missed?
Where I stopped. Because
Okay.
I stopped where the flat started and the belly started. Like I
Okay.
stopped right here.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can.
So
I
when
thought
I
you missed there, but yeah, if you stop,
Yep.
that you can blatantly see it. And this is why I've always said, and some people's told me I'm wrong. Um, these type of sharpeners literally
And look at
create
that shit.
a wire, and you're cutting with a
Dude,
thin wire.
you're a damn genius. Look at
As
that.
soon as that wire fails, if let me see it here real quick, I'll show you. Watch. All right, now you remember what my edge looked like, right?
Yep.
It looked
Hold
just
up. Let
like
me
yours.
go
You see
back.
the wire? No, I'm not. You can leave it. Give me a second. Let me do this cutting. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do like 10 cuts, and you'll be able to see that wire crushed. and then it's no longer sharp. And believe it or not, it cuts this rope really good for a few cuts because it's, you know, it's a thin wire that's kind of like toothy and broken up, and it cuts really good. But after like 5 cuts, it's going to start to get tough. I can already starting to feel that wire crush. Now it's not wanting to cut now.
That's really fast.
Yeah, so 6 cuts in and it's already not want. I'm having to apply
God.
like twice the pressure.
No wonder he can sharpen people's knives standing in a show. Show them cut paper, cut paper.
That's why
Doesn't
you only
matter.
ever see him cut paper.
He's not cutting anything but paper.
That's exactly how he does it. All right, now let's see. Look,
I had to know
cut up
because
here.
it's like,
watch, you'll see that wire will be gone. Let's see if I can get it to focus for you guys. Now, see the wire? See, oh shit! See some of the wires broke off right there.
oh,
That's a hunk of that wire broken off.
dude, Sharpen's best
now,
demystified.
See how back here, because I wasn't cutting here, you see the bright wire edge at the end of the edge, right? Now when I go up here where I was cutting, watch. See, it goes away. Now you see, you don't see that bright shiny wire now. Now watch this.
Jesus.
You're gonna see. There's that part right there. Look how blunt that is now. That's the part where that wire broke away. Look how wide that apex is, because it's totally blunt. Is that coming through on camera?
Yes, it is.
Now, if I go back here where I wasn't cutting, look how much thinner the apex is. See? Much thinner. Trying to get it to show. Is that coming through on camera? How much thinner the apex is back here? Now watch, when I go forward, watch how much thicker it gets. Bam. See how much thicker that gets?
Yes, it is.
So from, watch, thin, thick, thin, thick. And it's because that wire crushes. And as soon as you cut, you'll literally feel it. It's on this, it usually lasts about 5 cuts. So you're cutting, it cuts really good. And you'll be like, 1 cut, good. 2 cuts, good. 5 cuts, good. 6 cuts. Oh, that's a lot harder. It seems that wire stands up to about 5 or 6 cuts on this rope before it crushes. And you go from a point to this. Like I've checked it on probably 20 different knives, and that, like, it's consistent. That's what it does. Like, it is not sharpening. You are creating a wire edge. That thin wire is nice and sharp feeling. It even feels sharp to the fingertips.
Yes, it does.
Because it's just that little thin, really thin little wire. But as soon as that wire crushes, that's it. The edge is totally blunt. Like, look. I cut, 10 cuts? And look.
Yep.
And I'm pushing pretty hard. I mean, I'm pushing hard enough to dent my skin in. That should cut me easily. Nope. Because it's totally blunt now. Now, if I did that down here, it'd cut me. Oh, yeah, you can't do that down here. That'd slice me. But as soon as that wire crushes, that's it. That edge is done for. And then you can go like this and knock it right back. And now I guarantee you it's back. Exactly, it's back sharp. If I went like this, I guarantee you. Look at that. Yep. Back dull.
Wow.
Because it's not an actual
thanks for
apex.
demystifying
It's just
it
a
for
wire.
me, because I couldn't figure out what is happening. Why Is it
That's what's
sharp?
happening, bro.
I cut with it
Hmm.
and it's not sharp anymore. And it's like,
Yep.
what is going on? Am I cutting the edge off whenever I'm
Nope.
trying to hone it? Am I what is going on? Am I fracturing it? Am I making the apex too unstable by
Technically, that's a
pulling
good way to look
carbides
at it.
out?
Technically, that's what you're doing. You're making the apex completely unstable because instead of you having 2 points that form an apex, you're having basically what it is you're having your apex is a burr, if that makes sense.
Okay, so
So
let's see if we
you're
can do
literally
this.
creating a thin wire with it's basically a burr, and if you're going back and forth, you're knocking that burr, kind of centering it up.
Okay, so
Because see,
normal
I'm
apex, you're going here and you're having your apex. Instead, you're having an apex like this with a little wire
exactly
hanging off of it, and then
perfectly
you
explained.
tear this wire off, and that's it.
As
So
soon
it's
as that wire,
super
yep,
thin and super unstable.
that's exactly what it is. So think of that piece of paper you have. The moment that piece of paper folds, that's it, or crushes in on itself.
That's
Like
the
if you was
thing.
holding that paper like this and you pressed it against the table like that, that piece of paper would crush. That's exactly what that wire is doing. And how
That's
I
it.
know this is
There's a lot of things that can happen to that paper too. It can crush, it can fold
it can
over,
roll.
it can tear,
Exactly.
it
Yep.
can. There's so many things that can happen to it once it
Exactly.
is that unstable.
Hmm. See how I figured this out? Because I sat and I wanted to know too. Like I was like,
Oh,
what?
that's so
I can get a
smart.
knife to cut good. I The only thing
Oh
that let me figure it out is
God,
I
I
have
could
an
throw you
optical
away
scope.
now.
I have an
Oh,
optical telescope that has very high clarity, basically, not like them crappy digital scopes. So I'm sharpening with it, then cutting, and then looking at it under that optical scope to where I can see a very high level of detail. And after probably 20, 30 times of looking, I finally figured out like, hey, okay, I see the wires formed. I'll tell you this, that wire is so fragile that once you form it and it feels sharp, you literally, I don't know if you'll be able to see it under your microscope, but you literally can move that wire with your finger.
oh
I don't know
yeah,
if
that's super unstable.
yeah, it's super unstable. That's why you get just a handful of cuts and it's crushed. So this thing right here is not sharpening in any way. You are creating a wire edge that fails after five or 10 cuts, and that's why I've said it. If you go look on his videos, you'll see it. I've said it many times. The only thing you're doing is creating a wire edge. Why don't you cut something other than paper and show us how well the edge holds up? He'll never reply to it, and you never see him cut anything other than paper because he knows it
That's the
won't
thing.
hold
I
up.
can't imagine if it is that unstable. I
Mhm.
would imagine that you would roll it cutting soda box.
Oh yeah, if you sat and cut cardboard with it, you might get 20 cuts maybe before you start to crush it. I mean, just me doing that on the table flattened it right out.
Bananas.
Hell, you can see it, bro. Well, I can see it with the naked eye. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Where I just tapped it on the table.
I'm gonna straight up.
Look at that.
Ooh.
That's just from me tapping it on the table.
All right. Well,
That's crazy.
let's see what it looks like if I drag mine through
Yeah. Now, try to get yours where
wood.
it feels sharp, and then tap it on the table and watch. Yours will do the same thing.
Well, that's what I
It'll
did.
flatten
I
right
had
out.
it to where it cut paper before I just set it down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull this across some wood.
Like, and people will argue with you, but I see the thing is, it's not people, it's him. It's him arguing with you under alt accounts because some people on there will argue that the sharpeners work great, but I know it's 100% him as an alt account. It has to be because they type like he does, like they misspell words like he does. Common
Oh,
words he'll
Jesus.
misspell. I know it's him. But I'm curious how much it'll crush on you just from hitting it on the table or doing a little bit of cutting with it.
Look at that.
Oh, you're not on. I can't see you, bro. I only see
Oh,
me.
boop. Me full screen. Oop, I lost it. Shit. So hard to like get it to come across. That is edge on right there.
You're still. Oh, there you. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. But for some reason, it's not showing it on the YouTube. It's showing it on. Yeah, you're not.
That's
You're
weird.
not. There you go. Okay. Perfect.
Oop, we lost it. There's where I cut it right there.
Yeah. So look at that. Like it just completely crushed.
Yes, it did.
Yep. That's exactly what it is, man. It's
Because there is where I wasn't cutting.
and look how thin your apex is, and then
Yep.
bam, thick.
Go back to where I was at. Right there.
And it's way wider. Exactly. That's what it is, man. And I'm telling you, the more you cut, the fatter it'll get.
Well, that's super smart.
So
If
the people
apex looks fine everywhere else.
that's it, and it will. And if you go tap in another place, tap it on the table, it won't take but a few hits, and it'll crush right in. I've done tested it so many times. Like I've pretty much got it figured out that it doesn't matter what kind of steel it is. Every steel, and I haven't sharpened it on no like high end steels, but every steel's kind of acted the same. The edge crushes right in with any type of abrasion, like any harder materials, and the edge just crushes.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Did it have a piece break out
I can actually see it shining
with
because
your bare
the
eye?
edge is folded over like this.
Ah, okay, I see it. All right, bro, I
Nuts.
am. I'm gonna have to. My daughter's calling because I got to go pick her up from work. I told her
Yep.
9:30, and so yeah, we run a little over. This was fun, dude. And so I guess you want to call Wednesdays, like every other Wednesday, our live
Yep. That
stream night.
sounds perfect.
All right, sweet. Hey guys, I appreciate everybody that hung out in the chat. Ray, it was fun, man, and I
Yep.
will talk to you later.
Hey Nola, how the hell's it going, brother? I didn't notice you. My computer shut off a few seconds ago.
All right, guys, I got to run, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yep. See you, buddy.
See you, man.
All right, ground fog, how's it going? We are going to wrap it up because it is certainly getting late. I'm actually kind of surprised that my wife didn't come tell me she's going to divorce me. All right, this was fun. We messed around with sharpening stones, trying to figure out what the issue is. There's some people are having with the cheaper cuts. I don't get it. Mine are holding up perfectly. We also messed with the Sharpen's Best tungsten carbide sharpeners. They are no bueno. We both had some issues. It looks like he found out what the problem is, so I think I'm going to revisit this again a little bit, see how that goes. Anyway, everybody have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.